Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Polynesian Bloodline. Thank you so much for all your love and support. You have commented over 100 times and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. If you want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and your comment can possibly be my next notification shout out. See my nails? They're so cute for February, but I'm not gonna lie, the bows are pissing me off. Like, they keep getting snagged on everything, and I don't know if it's because like I'm rough, but I like being able to like like, you know what I mean? I don't know, I can't have cutesy girly thingies. I'm just too, I don't know, I'm barbaric as like, for real. Let me show you though. Here they are, beautiful, look at them, cute, look at that. But yeah, do you see the bows? Bows are cute, but they just keep getting snagged and everything. They got them on there good though, really good. I don't know. I'm tomboy as and I feel like as I've gotten a little bit older too, I feel like I'm just so picky, where I'm like, I don't know. But I did get them in this, I did get them in like a stiletto, and I did get them in this square, super cute. But again, the bows are kind of throwing me, where I'm like, maybe it's just the bows, because I'm like, you know what, I like jewels on my other stuff, but I don't know, maybe it's just these bows are just bowing and just like getting in the way, or I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working out, if you guys are driving anywhere, or if you guys are walking, let me know down below. I would love to know, how is your week going so far? What's new? What did you guys do for Valentine's Day? Let me know down below. I would love to know. I wish sometimes I can get on here and just freaking rant my heart out. I wish I can go on Facebook and be like I want to, but I can't. I can't, because I gotta, like, you know, like USA. I just feel like a lot of people have been having audacity lately. I just feel so annoyed. I let somebody in, okay, and it only took them one day, I'm not even lying, 24 hours for them to be like, oh, I'm gonna use this, and throw it in your face. I was like, damn. And it wasn't even 24 hours yet. Made eye contact and everything, so that you know you're dirty, you're grimy. And that's why I don't trust nobody. That's why I don't open up to anybody. And I was like, you know what I mean? We're so close, y'all, so close. Where I was just like, because this is just something little, and it's like, look how quick you threw it in my face. No, that's not what I meant. No. You showed me your ass. Pull up your drawers. We're good now. We're good. And it's just so annoying. So yeah, it just taught me, where I'm just like, tell him, I said, like, you got to comfortable, bitch, bring it back, come on. It wasn't even, I can't even say something small. It wasn't even something small. It was like, it was kind of like small. It wasn't like super big, like a big secret, but it was something enough where it's like, what? Why would you do that? Worthless people who are just scum, they can't help themselves. Where it's just one of those things where it's just like, wow, you really can't help yourself. Like, you're lame. And it just, I'm back to where I need to be. So I just journaled it, and sometimes you feel better when you journal. All right, anyways, enough of me ranting. I just know, if you're going through it, I feel you. This is just a reminder of, like, work on yourself, babes. Work on yourself. Keep doing what you gotta do, and it's cool. Like, especially if this is a person that has shown their butt so many times, and it's just like, why are you trying again? Because I think I like giving second chances. I like being like, people can change, whatever. And then it's just like, some people can and some people don't want to, you know. Some people can change, and some people, they just stuck being like that. They are miserable. And what is miserable people like? They like company. They want my company, but I don't want your company. You know what I'm saying? Just stay over there. Anyways, let's get on with the story time. Boom. Chicka bing. Bing, chicka bing, bing. And this is the palette that I will be playing with. Midnight Beauty Bay. Can you guys believe their website has been down? I was going to buy one of their palettes because they went as cheap as like 11 something. And I was going to check out, but I was like, oh, I don't know. I had a feeling. Went back the next day. The website has been down for 10 days because they're trying to find like new people to buy their business. So I got lucky when I found this one. They do like a purple purplish look. Anyways, let's get on to the story time. Okay, so previous story time, Sam has some dude come. I close the door on him. She wants to be getting crazy. She ends up leaving, going outside. I go outside because I want to be nosy. I want to be like, did she really leave? Did she really leave? I walk outside. She's like, ha 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 ha, told you she was gonna follow me. Told you she was gonna follow me. Talking the most. And I was taking out the trash. So what I do, I hit her with it. Go back inside. I'm freaking scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if that dude wants to fight her battles? Because some guys literally will be like, that's my babe, and get in it. She's gone. So I thought. As I'm making some popcorn, the slide door opens and I'm like, all scared. Turn around, no one's there. So I start getting, you know, Tommy on her, and I'm like, Sam, trying to find her, have her come out. She does not come out. Well, tomorrow ends up coming home. She's like mad at me, like, oh my gosh, why, what happened? Because she's mad that I called Mr. Peach. Mr. Peach filled in. Eventually Sam calls Mr. Peach. We go pick her up at the gas station, and she wants to do the whole like, I don't know what's wrong with me, I don't know why I am this way, but she keeps saying she wants to go with her mom, and he said, no, you're not gonna go with your mom. So then she starts hitting the back of his seat, starts getting crazy. Something activates in me. I start freaking out. I say some wild crazy stuff. Gets them both dumbfounded, which I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like every time I get into like an argument, even with my siblings, they'll be like, too far. And it's like, you just tried to drag me to hell. I met you there and I fed you it. Pero te vas a enojar? You're gonna get mad with me? Okay. So now when anyone tries to like tell me, hey, careful who you testing. Okay? Sam gets on his bad side again. They're fighting. We go back home. Me and Maria get into it because she's like, can you wash the dishes? I'm tired. And I said, I'm tired too. She said, why are you tired? I said, why are you tired? So I get checked on that because I'm not supposed to be, you know, telling an elder like, what's good? Sam asks for my phone. I tell her, no, you cannot use my phone, Sam, because you are a bitch. So then I take a shower. Someone's trying to get in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is the P word. So I'm like screaming. Then I'm in here. Phone is missing. I go talk to Mr. Peach, and he was like, what was Ray bugging you? Which bugs me, because like you are automatically assuming like, oh, Ray was bugging. Why didn't you come out and be like, what are you doing here? Okay, right? Okay. So then I go into the room. Sam has the cobija over her, and I'm like, oh, she has it. So I give her to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Boop, 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 boop. We start fighting. Okay, she's on the floor. My phone goes flying. We're still fighting. She's kicking. I'm punching. We're fighting. Someone busts up in the room, pulls me by my hair, wants to spin me like a little helicopter. Whee! You know, do all that, and that's where we left off, and that's where we are going to take it from there. So yeah, let's begin. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear the heater, but we have 6 more weeks of freaking winter, and it did snow, and I'm just like, and it's like, what? Like, you know, snow is cute and everything. I went and took the kids sledding, but I mean, I'm cool off of it. Like, I really over here giving my brush a haircut. Let's just watch a winter movie. Okay, I do not want to build a snowman. Just kidding. Okay, anyways, let's begin. Someone's behind me pulling my hair like Matilda. I'm freaking pissed. And it wasn't even because it hurt. It was because like I was lifted. Okay, and I'm scared of heights. Lifted off the ground. Where even Sam's like looking up at me. I'm looking down at her. I'm put down. Okay, I am like scared to even turn around because I'm like, is this something demonic? Is this because what the heck, the strength that this person had just to like pick me up and handle me like that, it had me uncomfortable. So I'm put back down and I'm like this, like I turned so like, and I look and it's Ray. Y'all, I don't know why immediately I was like, he's scary, because it's like that thing that they say, you know, old man strength. Because it's like, how in the hell of it did you pick me up like that? Like, what the heck? Like, it was crazy, and it scared me because I literally felt like, oh, you can for sure overpower me. Do you know where my brain's going? Why? And like, I'm gonna start yelling at him like, why did you grab me? But before I could, he's like looking at my face, reading my face, and he just starts screaming not to be hitting Sam, that what the F was I thinking, that why was I doing that, and he just starts screaming at me. And now I literally feel like scared. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I felt scared, where I was like, how you pick me up like that? I was really stuck on how he literally, like, hands in my roots, okay, like that. It wasn't even like he pulled my hair up and like no, hands así, okay, in my hair, pick me up, you know, like, it was crazy. So he's going off, and I just start screaming, Mr. Page, like loud, like, y'all, I shouldn't have even had to call his name 3 times, okay? You should already come at the first one. Like, you are not a protector, you are a bitch. Like, I was so mad. Like, why am I having to scream so loud for you to come? Like, are you serious? What if someone was breaking in the house? Like, why? And it's like, you don't even got nobody up in there. What is you doing? So he comes at the 3rd, and I'm telling y'all, like, I'm screaming like where like my throat goes dry, and I have to be like, and like do it again, to like, even to the point like Sam's like on the floor like looking at me, because she's even like, bitch, like, because he activated something in me where I was like, you are now a threat, you are a threat. I literally was like, ooh. And you know what, I think it's because when I was young, I would have to learn sometimes the hard way, you know what I mean? And I thought where he was older, he wasn't going to be as strong. I don't know why. And sometimes too, when I would get like and feel like chingona, I was like, yeah, you can't catch me and you're never gonna catch me. Like, I was on that kind of like time, you know what I mean, where it's just like, I'm over here fighting like grown women sometimes, I can't push you off, like scary kind of thing like that, you know? So I was kind of like, oh, and I don't know why. And I think at times too where he would like act stupid and confused, I was like, are you really stupid? Are you really dumb? You know? But never underestimate, I hate saying a man, because not all men are the same, you know what I mean? But for this particular, and I hate over explaining too, y'all, I'm trying not to. Never underestimate a man's strength. Whether you think, oh, está flaquito, like he's not gonna do anything, oh, está viejo, like he's not gonna do. When I tell you, the way that man lifted me, where I was like, oh, you crazy. You crazy. Like, I was shook, y'all. I was just like, ooh, girl, no. And so like all these visions are going in my head of like me trying to like push him off, or like me trying to like fight. Like, no, like that is a bear. Like, it was like that kind of like, oh, realization that like hit me. Because I'm telling you, at times Jayda would come out and I would think like, oh yeah, you can't tell me nothing. And I tell you, like, I would be getting into it with like grown women and stuff like that, and they would be buff and strong, but like I felt like, oh yeah, no, look what you're doing, you know? And then at times where like me and the ex would fight and stuff, and I would be able to like pin him down, or like be able to like have his leg like in a leg lock with my leg, or have his arm in between my legs, and like, you know, him having to tap out. I was like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm telling you, like, I was boosted. When you grab my hair, I was like, stay over there, put yourself in the corner, like, and I hated how it made me feel, where I'm like, we might have to be nice to him because he can hurt us. So I'm going through all these feelings, these emotions, and y'all, like, I am scared, where I'm like, oh yeah, no. So even though I was scared and my voice was shaking, I know I still had to stand 10 toes down, because he scared me. He literally scared me. But I wasn't going to let him know with me being silent. My voice might be shaky, but you're still going to hear me. So Mr. Peach finally comes, and he literally is like annoyed, and so I'm like yelling, I'm like, why didn't you come sooner? He touched me, he grabbed my hair, yelling. And then he was like, I didn't touch you. I was like, you didn't grab my hair? You didn't grab my hair? You weren't behind me? And he's like, yeah, I pulled your hair, but I didn't touch you. I was like, It's the same thing. You touch me. You touch me. Your hands touch me. So I'm like yelling, and Mr. Peach is like, what? Like, what happened? I don't even know why he's acting like he's so discombobulated, but I feel like he got to the point of like, oh, I already dealt with Sam all day. I already dealt with like probably, you know, the new girl, whatever, Pumpkin. Like, he felt like he was right at his limit. Like, I could just see it. I could read him, where it was just like, oh, like, I'm tired. Like, he'd rather just be like, hey, shut up, go, 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 and just shoot everyone away. But I was like, no, I'm still yelling, even though little Lex inside is like scared, because I'm like, so I'm like telling him, like, you didn't touch me. You didn't touch me. And he was like, I pulled your hair. See, I was like, no. And then Sam even takes up for me, and she's like, you had her in the air a little too long. Like, and she's like, Appa, check her, and like to check on me and stuff. And he's like, oh, like, he's like literally looking at my hair, because Sam is like, I guess the way I'm telling it isn't enough. Okay, Sam's like, Alexis, you're out of 5. You need to be out of 20. You need to be out of 20, because the way he had you in the air and was doing like a little helicopter with you, are you okay? Like, she was literally like, ain't no way. And I think we both realized in that moment, this dude is strong, okay? Sleeper build or something, but he's strong. I was really like, okay, she's backing me up. Telling you, me and homegirl's freaking relationship was always so like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But after a while, she finally like stands up, and she like just starts popping off. No, and he had her like this, like, so she's pretty much saying that like he lifted me up by like my hair and like had my head, whatever, that like my pompies was like by his chest. And so she was implying that he was probably like, you know, trying to put ass to face. And he's like, what? No, like, I was defending you. Like, telling her, she's like, I didn't need defending. And he's like, what? Like, I was trying, like, he's really like, I'm innocent. And Mr. Peach is like, you could just tell, he's like, what do I do? Like, who's wrong? Like, he's just, and I'm like, no, like, I feel uncomfortable. So like, we're yelling. Sam's like, I don't want him here. I don't know why he did that. That was not okay. He was trying to have her bumpies like in his face. Are you good? Like, telling me and stuff. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it's so hard with her, because I'm just like, dude, I love you, but you're such a bitch. Like, and so I'm like, you know, I felt like I was on pilot mode, but like I knew what was going on, but I was like on pilot mode. I'm like, so then I go and get my phone. It's done. Okay, the screen broke where it hit the dresser. It won't turn on, and I'm like, oh no. Sam's like, that's your fault. And I was like, my fault? Why did you have my phone? So me and her start fighting. They're having a conversation. Mr. Peach and Ray are talking over here. I can't really hear what's going on, but he's trying to, all I hear is dramatica. Okay, and I'm like, you're gonna replace this phone. And she's like, you shouldn't have touched me. That's what you get for touching me. If you wouldn't have touched me, I wouldn't have fell. That's your fault. And that's twice you touched me. And I'm like, and what? So like, we kind of start getting, you know, going after each other, because I'm like, hey, you broke my phone. Like, this is all I got. So I'm telling her like she's gonna need to replace it, and she's like, have Ray replace it. I'm like, why would I have Ray replace it? She goes, have Ray replace it. And I'm like, okay, all right. I was like, you say it. I'm not gonna say it. You say it. And she's like, okay, I'll say it. So we're like literally having this like with each other, right? Mr. Peach and Ray are like in each other's face, and he's like talking to him, because Mr. Peach is now getting mad that he doesn't like how Ray's talking to him, and Ray's pretty much telling him the reason why they're out of control is because you let them run you. You don't run this household. You have no control over this, blah blah blah. So he's not mad because of the situation. He's mad because now he's pulling at his manhood. So I'm like just listening, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I want a fight. I want to see if Mr. Peach can take him, because I don't feel safe, and I don't even want to be there. Like, literally, you guys, I was like, I need to call Tommy, because I don't feel comfortable here. And that was, I'm telling you guys, like, as soon as he, and I was like, oh, like, I wish I can explain it to you, where you're like, oh, this is real. Like, it was one of those things, you know what I mean? So anyways, they keep going back and forth. It gets to the point where Mr. Peach has to close the door on me and Sam, because Sam keeps getting in it and saying like she doesn't want him here. That's why Mrs. Peach doesn't want to be here. That's why she doesn't want the kids here. And Ray's just looking at her like so confused. He looks like he's so hurt, and I hate that face. It's the same face that my brother's dad would make when I would tell him what he was. Just makes a face of like a hit dog. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you all. It makes me so infuriated. Where it's like, why are you making that stupid dumb face? You are wrong. You are wrong. And you little bitch, I know you're watching. So she's going after him for that. So then we get the door closed and it's just me and her. I'm literally trying my hardest just like to kind of like put the phone back together, trying to like wrap the cord around this way, blow in it, do all kinds of things. Like, because the phones back in the day, they could go through the muck. And they would work. Like, I don't know why or how or what, but they would work. Like, you just had to like jimmy and then they would work, you know? That's your fault because you're so rough. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear it. Like, you shouldn't have grabbed my phone. You shouldn't even went in there. You shouldn't have touched it, period. She's saying, well, what do you want to do? I told her, if Ray stays, I don't feel comfortable now. And so she's like kind of laughing. She's like, dude, right? Like, what the was that? Like, he just picked you up like, like, I thought you were floating for a minute because I couldn't see him behind you. And I was like, right? Like, it was just like, and she's like, does it hurt? I said, not right now, but I know when it wears off, like, it's gonna hurt. Can I ask you something? And I already know. And I'm like, she got audacity. She got audacity. I'm gonna give it to her. She really do. So I'm like, what, Sam? She's like, what? Why do you make that face? I'm like, because I already know what you're gonna ask. She's like, I bet you don't. I said, bet you I do. She said, nope. I said, okay, you're gonna ask me if you can come. I mean, like, would it be crazy? And I'm just, there's something wrong with her. And I'm like, yes, that would be crazy because my family don't like you. And she's like, I don't like them either. I said, okay, and that's why you're not going. What if I'm on my best behavior? You don't know what best behavior is. No, I don't. No, you're not gonna go with me. And I don't even know if I'm gonna go anywhere. So she's just like, can I just go with you? And I'm like, no. Like, no. She's like, I literally just saved you. I'm like, no. Like, no, you're not gonna go with me. The heck? You don't know how to behave. We hear some like rumbling. Okay, they're probably like pushing each other, sword fighting. Who knows? After a while, it dies down, and Mr. Peach opens the door, and he's like, Alexis, ven. Oh, y'all. Oh, I recently ran into somebody from the story times. When I tell you, my skin crawled out my butthole, okay? Oh, not because like scared, just like, oh, I'm like looking at close and I hear someone behind me going, Alexis. And I just freeze because I'm like, I know who it is. I just don't want to turn around. So I keep looking, Alexis. And I just keep looking, whatever. And then I just end up going to go look at the glass because my name is not Alexis. Okay, so then I go and I look at the cupware, all that, whatever. And the person is like right here. And they go, Alexis. First of all, why are you whispering my name, bitch? And so then I look at her and she's like, hi, hola. And I just walk away. Because why the f I gotta want to talk to you? What the f? What do we got to talk about? Yo, I was so like, what the heck? What the heck? Like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, that was my little story time. And he's like, Alexis, come here. So I go to the room and he's on the bed. And I know it's probably not like an important detail, but I hated to see his feet. I hated to see his feet. I feel like I couldn't take him serious when he was telling me anything when his freaking dogs were all out, or I'm just like, cover them up now. And I think what kind of distracted me too is that he would like knuckle them like this together when he was talking and having a conversation with me, where I was just like, I can't even concentrate because I can smell the toe jam that you are moving around. Yeah, disgusting. So he starts asking me that, like, if I'm okay, what happened. He wants to hear it from my perspective, and I tell him what happened, and he's like, are you okay? Is there anything that you need? Do you need me to go get you an ice pack? Are you okay? And I tell him like, no, like, I need to go to my aunt's house. Can you drop me off? And he was like, oh, Alexis, like, let's not do something so grand, so huge right now. Like, are you, like, it's okay, mija. Like, he's literally trying to like baby talk me, like, it's okay, mijita, like, está bien. Estás bien, like, nothing's going to happen to you. And I told him, I called your name 3 times. I called your name 3 times. and you didn't come. Tells me that he didn't know that we were playing around or like what was going on. I was like, no. I was born at night, but not last night. I was like, no, está bien. Like, ya no puedo. Like, it's too much. I already told you about Ray and the situation that had happened with him prior. Like, it's just too much. And then he puts his hands on me. Like, how do I get my payback? And he's like, Alexis, like, that sounds crazy. And y'all, it probably does sound crazy to some. But I am like, no, like, I want to get even. Like, I want to go behind him and be like super crazy, you know? I want to peel his muffin cap blue. You know what I mean? I want to like pull his hair out, okay? The plugs that he got left. I want to make him feel how he made me feel. And this is something that I have dealt with for such a long time where I'm like, that's not fair. And I get it, you know, there's things in life that are not going to be fair. The way I've thought about it so much, it like drives me insane, where I'm just like, can we just silence those thoughts? I want something done. Like, I feel violated. And he was just like, that, like, how was he supposed to like pull me off? And I was like, what do you mean? He could have went to you, or he could have just grabbed me by my arms. There's no reason. He was like, well, he wasn't thinking, he just reacted. And when you get into like that kind of like, you know, feeling, you just react, you don't think. And so I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm just going to react and I'm not gonna think. And he's like, no es igual, that it's not the same, And I said, why does everyone else get to react without thinking when it comes to me, but I have to think? He's like, no sé, like, I don't know how to explain it, Alexis, but it's just not fair. And you know what? My brother showed me something stupid that an individual has said, where he said, if I cheat, it's a mistake. But if you cheat on me, that was a choice. That was a choice. And I'm just like, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Like, because people really be thinking like this. People really think like, oh, I did it, but it was because like, that's just the person I am. And I'm a crappy person. But if you decide to give me a second chance and you stay and you do it back to me, it's not the same. Because you calculated that. You calculated it too, bitch. Okay? Things don't just go, oh my gosh, I tripped, I fell, and boom. It don't work that way. And I don't like how people try to like BS that, you know? Even how Mr. Beast was like, oh, he just reacted to grab my hair like that, to run his fingers through my scalp and like hold me up like that. Like, it just does. You know what I mean? I feel like a quick reaction would be like pushing me out of the way, pushing me forward, pulling me back, that kind of thing. But to sit there and move your hand through someone's hair and to pick them up, I feel like that takes more effort. I feel like it does. I feel like it does. So I'm arguing back and forth with him and I'm telling him, when do I get to just... And you guys can be like, it's fine, it's valid. So many side notes, y'all, because so many things have been happening. So I'm still going back and forth with him and I'm telling him I'm not going to be here. And he was like, okay, but what about the kids? Not even the kids, Alexis, what about Munchkin? And you guys know, if you guys already, there's a lot that I don't talk about Munchkin, but I hope you guys already do know that like me and Munchkin were like this, okay? Like we tight. Mr. Peach and Mrs. Peach played on that a lot. Again, there's some story times that I don't share because some are just too emotional for me. Some I feel like it's too personal. And when he said that, it made me so angry because I'm like, why in a time like this? Like, why? Like, you know that I'm already at the end of it and I'm like dangling and you're just like, what about Munchkin? How's he gonna feel? And it made me so mad. And I told him, I don't want Ray here. And he was like, what if I talk to Ray, tell him not to be out when you're like in the kitchen or to be around? Like, Alexis, like, it's a lot, mija. It's like, so he was doing that mijita and mija, and it made me so mad because the people who make you uncomfortable always get a pass because they are dogs, and people are like, well, you already know who he is. It's so annoying. He keeps telling me he doesn't want me to leave, that like, no, we can figure this out, he'll talk to him again tomorrow. And I was like, talk to him now. Why can't you talk to him now? And he was like, well, it's already late. And I said, so what? He was up here. And I think that's what made him mad too, is because like I would call the bluff. I would call the bluff and be like, nope, you know? I keep getting loud with him. That Sam comes and she's like, I don't want to be here either because I'm uncomfortable. And he gets so mad. He's like, ah, gotcha thing. That like she's only saying something because of me. That if I didn't say nothing, if Alexis wasn't complaining and bitching and this and this, I says bitching. So then I get upset because it's like, you don't care, you just wanted to shut me up. So he's fighting with us both, and he's saying that like he's not just gonna go around doing whatever the hell we want because we want to be dramatic. All he was trying to do was to help diffuse the situation. Things got out of control, that he never would have gone in the room if we weren't fighting. And Sam's like, there was no reason for him to be in our room, that he stays downstairs. They're like, why did he come all the way up? No one called for him, that he's gross. And she's like, and you like that, Dad? You excuse that, Dad? Just arguing with him, and I just leave. And he's like, ¿dónde vas? I was like, I'm going to the gas station, I'm gonna come with you. And he's like, ay, por favor. And I'm like, yeah, already, like, that is too much, that it was dramatic. And so, like, so many things. He was like so mad, and she was like, nope, it's your fault, Dad, it's your fault, you never do anything, it's your fault, Dad. And she just keeps like yelling at him, and I'm literally just like, I'm telling you, pilot mode, just moving. Like, I'm not trying to even think about what I'm doing. I'm just like vibrating. Go get my diary, get the phone, and whatever I can. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just grabbing. And I go downstairs, and I'm like, dun, 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 dun. And Sam is like, Alexis, wait for me. He's like, no, not that. Like, she's not leaving or anything. We go downstairs, and I see Maria, Ray, and the other individuals that I do not mention. Maria sees me, she's like, ahora qué, ahora qué, means like, what now? What now? And I was like, no me hablas. So I told her, like, don't talk to me. And so she was like, ay, ¿qué tienes ahorita? And then she's like, what do you have now? Sam looks at me, she's like, I got this, to me. And I'm telling you, homegirl was just like, how she was like, I learned a thing or two. She kept like cracking me up, and I was just like, I swear we're in a movie. So then she goes in front, and she's like, hey, mira, watch how you talk to her. It's not her fault that your husband has this weird thing with her, and he was over there touching her. He grabbed her butt, he touched her back. Like, she was adding more. And I'm like looking at Sam, she's like just nodding her head, and I'm not saying anything. The individuals on the couch are just like this, head down, not saying nothing. She's still talking to Maria, and Maria was like, ¿Qué hablas? Like, just like getting mad. And she's like, you know what he is, that's why my mom does not like him. And then Maria screams that Mrs. Peach is not her mom, and I'm just like quiet, because I'm like, okay, like, I don't know, like, what's going on, you know? And she's like, yes, she is. That's my mom, and that's why she's not here, because you guys are here. Maria was gonna say something. Ray just grabs her, and he was like, está loca. And so then Sam's like, oh yeah, all the girls are crazy, huh? All the girls are crazy, but you. All of us just want you. All of us, huh? She's like, eres un cochino marrano. Saying like, you're just like a sick pig. And so then I just go try to open the door. It's locked, so we have to sit there and like, sorry guys. And then we finally get out. Sam's right next to me, and I'm just like quiet, because I'm just like, first, I don't know where we're going. Second, she just dropped some stuff. Third, Mr. Peach gonna beat our ass. So we're walking, and it's one of those nights where it's like, it's dark, but the moon lights up the nighttime. Do you know what I mean? So we're kind of just like in silence, but we're kind of just like, and you can just hear our breath just like walking like that, where it's just like adrenaline rush on both of us. So we're just walking, and she's like, so where are we going, Lex? To be honest, like, I don't know. Let's just go to the gas station. Like, that's where we told your dad we're gonna go. Hopefully he goes to the gas station and he takes us to Tommy's. She's like, you don't know Tommy's number? And I was like, I can't even think right now. So we're going. We're walking, cars are passing, and she's like, I could really go for a cigarette right now. I'm like, girl, you and me both. Like, you and me both. Like, this is a perfect moment for a camel crack. Like, you and me both. Like, it was such a rush. And the whole time I'm like, ask her questions. Ask her, what you mean by that? Did he really grab me? Did he really do all that? You know, all this stuff. But I'm like, I have to play it cool, because homegirl looks like she's about to like, poof, like, it looks crazy. So we get to the gas station, and she's like, you really don't know Tommy's number? And I'm like, no, like, I really can't like remember it from like this right off the bat. And so we're telling the person like, can we call our parents, blah 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 blah. And I'm like just guessing numbers. I can't put nothing in. I call the ex, he doesn't answer. Call him again, doesn't answer, and she's like, I got this. And I'm like, oh, when I tell you, I wish I can go back, stop this shit out of both of us. I wish I could, because I feel like there was no need for us to have left like that. Like, I should have had a better plan, you know what I mean? Because so many things, I'm just saying, gracias a Dios for watching over us, because I'm telling you, our guardian angels worked hard. So she calls somebody, and I already know, like, oh, it's gonna be that dude. Oh my gosh, like, I'm already like, oh. And now I'm like, I'm in debt to homegirl because of her just popping off. I feel weird. I don't know how to like react. So we're just sitting there, and she's like, I know you. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, just ask me. And I was like, did he really do that when he was picking me up? And she's like, yes, Alexis, it was weird. Like, he was literally like filling up on you and stuff. And I was like, what do you mean though? I just felt like the hair. And then she's like, yeah, like even when he let go of you, like it was like he like filled up on you. And I'm just like kind of just like thinking, and she's like, I don't know if it's because like your adrenaline rush or whatever, but like he literally like had your butt in his face. I'm not gonna even lie to you, I think he took a whiff. I don't know why it cracked me up so bad, where I was like, we can never be serious, like, at all. And I was like, are you being for real? And she's like, yeah, good thing you showered, because I think he like smelled you. And I was like, shut the hell up. Like, I never knew what was for real with her. Like, I didn't know if she was being serious. So we're waiting, and the whole time I keep thinking like Mr. Peach is going to arrive here before whoever is going to pick us up. He's taking too long. Time passes, and our car pulls up, and he honks like super loud. We go to the car, and Sam is like, I'm gonna sit in the front, you sit in the back. I'm like, okay. So I get in the back, she's in the front. It's the same guy that I slammed the door on. He's kind of just like poop mode, because I'm there. He's like, I thought I was just getting you. And she's like, okay, but you're not. You're getting us both. He tells her pretty much like if I'm going to like a rat. And she's like, no, she's not. She's good. I end up going to this one place, and it's super like ghetto, where I tell her, I'm like, why do you want to live this life so bad? Like, why? And she tells me, I'm just bored. Like, I'm just bored. Like, don't you ever just get bored? And I said, yeah, girl, but like not like this kind of bored. So I'm just sitting on the couch, and they're like chilling, hanging out, talking, doing stuff. I'm just like, I want my phone. This is boring. They have a computer, and he says like, I can get on, do what you want to do, whatever, that they're gonna be chilling over there. Okay, cool. So I get on, try to see who I can talk to. Nobody is like responding right now, because like it's late. Time passes, and she's like, we're gonna run to the gas station real quick. And I said, we? So like, I'm gonna stay here? And she's like, yeah, like just real quick, we're gonna run real quick. And I'm like, you guys don't got enough privacy like in the back room? Like, that wasn't enough time for y'all? And she's like, chill, like relax, like why do you get so scared, Alexis? I'm like, what do you mean, dude? Like, I don't know anyone here. Like, I'm so scared. She just like doesn't get it. She's just like, what's the big deal? Like, she doesn't understand. Like, things like that are a no-no. Like, you can tell she's like, there's nothing behind those eyes when we're talking. And I'm like telling her, like, I don't want to stay. He's very dickish, and he's just like, well, we're not asking. They end up leaving, and there's like two like other individuals, and I'm just like, okay. 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes, 40, 45, 50, an hour and 30, 2 hours. And I'm like, yeah, she got. So I start just like spamming the ex. I get to the point where like I hit up every single one of his little friends. He finally messaged me back on MySpace, hey, like I'm over here. He's like, what's the address? And so I go and I find a piece of like mail. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it's this. I don't know how me and Sam are gonna get in contact with each other. I don't know how she's gonna know where I'm at. I don't know how I'm gonna know where she's at. So I send the address, and I'm like telling one of the friends that are there, and I was like, oh, when do you think they're gonna be back? Or like, how can I call? I don't got their numbers. So I'm like, okay, is there a way that you can text them to let them know that like I'm not going to be here? And he's like, for what? Very just like nonchalant, not saying much. And I'm just like, okay, dude, like, so you can't tell them that I'm going to leave? And he's like, nope. Do I look like a messenger? I mean, okay. You look like a bird, but all right. He tells me that he's gonna be there a couple of minutes just to be ready. All right, cool. So now it's 3 hours since she's been gone. She literally left me, where I'm like, what are you thinking? I could not do that to somebody. And it's so hard because how she like defended me, but I'm like, did she defend me or was it just for her own benefit? I just don't know with her, because it always is like, what you got in your pocket? What the you got in your pocket? What are you doing? Like, it never feels like things are genuine, because it always comes with a but. The dude tells me to get off the computer, that he's gonna be using it, that like, why am I hogging it? And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to hog it. Like, okay. He's just like super like annoyed, like super annoyed. They're like, why are you here? Like, just very rude. So I hear someone honking like honk 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 like a few times, and I'm like, I think that's my cue. I get up to leave, and the dude says, if you leave, don't come back. You're not gonna be coming in and out of my home. Okay? So the whole time I'm like walking, I'm like, oh, I hope it's him. I hope it's him. I hope it's him. Like, it has to be him, right? Like, it has to be him. Like, that's gonna be so stupid if it's not him. Like, that just don't make sense. I'm walking and I see that he's there, and I was like, oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I'm just like so like terrified. Because I'm like, if it wasn't and I don't have to be out there, like, I hate this area, y'all. I freaking hate this area. My brothers always like to like go around that area. I'm like, why? For what? Why do you want to relive memories? I hate it here. Like, I hate it with my whole heart and soul. I hate it. I hate it there. Hate it in that area. I hate it. I don't even like to do like cute little drop. For what? For what? So anyways, I get in the car. He's just like kind of looking at me, and he's like, I can't be out late. I promised my mom. But it starts with his mommy stuff, and I'm just grateful just to be out of there. And I said, okay, can you take me to Tommy's? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, gosh, I gotta stop asking. I gotta be like, you need to take me to Tommy's. Like, because I was like, yeah. Like, I was like, where else was I gonna take you? He starts driving me to Tommy's, and the whole time I'm just like, I'm feeling guilty, because now I feel like I left Sam. But it's like, no, Sam, you left me. You left me. Like, how are you gonna be like, oh, can I go with you to Tommy's? And then you leave me. He's like just asking me questions. Don't I ever get tired of like always being in things that I'm not supposed to? And I'm like, you don't think that I feel tired? And y'all, yes, 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 yes. I always felt like, damn, like, why didn't I just stay? Like, it felt like I went like 2 steps forward and then like 40 back. 2 steps forward, 40 back again. Like, it was just like, oh, like I should have just stayed. Why did I react like that? Why did I do that? Like, I'm already like telling myself. And so I'm like listening to him. And so then I see that he's pulling into like a secret place. And I'm like, I just started. And he's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, something else didn't start. And I'm like, no, like, and then so I try to put it on him, like, that's all you want me for? Like, I hate that's all you want me for. And he's like, you know, that's not true. And I was like, yeah, that's the only time. Like, I'm like, we never can just hang out without you always wanting that. Like, that's all you think of me. And so like, I'm trying so hard, and I'm like, come on, Alexis, like, bring it in, bring it in. And he's just like, nah. He's like, you just use me. Do you at least have gas money? I was like, how am I gonna have gas money? So we're like arguing, and to the point like I just get him pissed off, and I felt bad that I got him this angry, but I'm like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it. I did not feel like, oh, this is the appropriate time. There's no wooing. It just always felt like transactional. And I didn't want that, you know, not always, but like, I did not want that in that moment. I was like, no, I don't. I have had a bad night. Okay. I'm just trying to get to Tommy's. I feel like once I get to Tommy's, like, it's like touchdown, I'm safe. Oof. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel better. He gets like super angry that I'm just using him. And I was like, well, I feel the same too. That like, you just use me. How the f I use you? And I was like, you use me for my body. He's like, how is that the same? I was like, what do you mean? So we're like fighting, yelling at each other, saying nasty things. And he's saying that like he had a fight with his mom to come pick me up. That does not mean anything. That does not show me that he loves me. And I was like, yes, but like, doesn't mean that like I have to do that. And then he's like, I hate that you make it seem like it's a chore. Because it feels like it is. So we're going back and forth to the point where he's just like, I'm not even into it anymore. I'm not even into it anymore. And I'm like, inside, I'm like, okay. And he pulls out all crazy. We start heading to Tommy's. And you guys, I'm not gonna lie, inside I was like, like. So then he asks me, where's your phone? Why aren't you messaging me for your phone? He starts asking those questions. I was like, she broke my phone. And he's like, and let me guess, you're gonna ask me like, do you have a spare phone? y'all. Get in this real quick. I did not like asking this for anything, not even for a taste of his burrito, a taste of anything that he had. Stingy is what he was. I did not like asking him anything. He's the type where you ask for something and immediately throws it in your face at any point in time. Any given chance that he has, he will throw it in your face because that's the type of person he is. Ugh, I was so annoyed because like I hated how he acted. Like he was real stingy, real stingy. There was a time where he was upgrading his phone and I had a really crappy phone. Instead of him giving me his old phone, he gave it to his little friend. Why did you give it to him? Why didn't you give it to me? He's like, because that's my best friend. Okay, but like why couldn't you just give it to me? Like, I'm your girlfriend. I know we were already living together, so I wasn't just like, oh, give me the phone. We were already playing house, so that's why it stunk. I was already living with him. He's like, but that's my best friend. Right. Okay, cool. He wouldn't give me one of his phones unless it was like cracked or there was something wrong with it, that it wasn't cool to his friend. Then I could get it. I hated it. Like, even when he would gift me something, he loved to throw it in my face. And it was so annoying. Bien codo. Really stingy with like anything. Anyways, so I was like, no, I wasn't going to ask you. Don't even trip. No, like, I'm just saying, like, I don't have another one. I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's literally fine. And I kept telling him, like, I can't wait till I can work. Because I really hated always feeling like I had to depend on other people. We're getting closer and he was like, well, then how are we gonna text or how? I'm like, I'm just gonna have to message you on MySpace until I can get another phone. And he's like, well, when that's gonna be? I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, maybe I can lend you some money, you just have to pay me back. And I was like, no, I'm good, like, I'll figure it out. And he's like, why do I have to like just give you the money then for you to do it? And I was like, it's not that you have to give me money, I don't want you to give me anything. Because like he thought I was saying like no because like it was gonna be a loan. It's no, that not even if it was gonna be a loan, where I don't want nothing from you that's going to tie where I have paid back and more and it get thrown in my face. Very rarely will I ask for help. Just know if I ever ask for help, it has taken me a lot to do so, and I have exhausted all other things before I have asked you to help me. And even that, I always try to do it by myself because I do not like feeling that someone has one over me. Even how I told you, like just recently, just opened up to somebody, only 24 hours, and it was like, you're a bitch and you're always gonna be a bitch. Okay, so we're now at Tommy's and we're talking and I'm like trying to get out. Like I literally have the door open and my foot's out and he's like, I'm trying to talk to you. And I was like, I thought you said you needed to get back to your mom. Oh, so you just wanted me for a ride and that's it? Like I swear, like you always just trying to get rid of me. And I was like, that's not true. I thought you needed to go. Like I just feel like as soon as I get in, I'm good. Like I don't know why, I just felt like I had to like hurry up and get in there. I felt like this urgency, like I had to, or else like the cucuy was gonna get me. Like it was so weird. So he's just like, no, like I want to talk to you. Y'all, we talked for an hour about nonsense. Like it literally, I was just like he was just trying to trip me up on if I was lying about this, what really happened to my phone, why didn't you message me at this time, why do you like taking photos like that? Like we're literally having arguments about months ago, weeks ago. What are you talking about? If you guys already know about the photos, he was so hung up on the photos and I'm just like, I took them myself, I propped it up. Are you sure though? I feel like you're lying to me. I was like, what? My story has not changed. And he's like, oh, so you're just good at remembering the lie? I'm like, oh my gosh, no, because it's true. So we're just arguing about that. I was like, okay, let me question you about when you're on the phone. Here we go again. Anytime I want to question you about something, you try to hit me with something. We're talking about my feelings. We can schedule a time for your feelings, but when we're talking about my feelings, I don't think it's fair that you want to talk about your feelings. And I'm like, it's a conversation for us both. Okay, so this is our conversation. It was so annoying. It didn't matter what I said. He was like, we're talking about my feelings, not yours. So we can't talk about that because I am the one who wanted to talk about my feelings. Y'all, it was like an hour. And you're probably thinking like, why didn't you just get the F out? I still felt tied to him and I still like loved him, where I was just like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm telling you, like, bruja. So then where I finally just shut down, he's just like, you don't even care. You're just saying whatever. And I'm just like, I'm not. I'm just trying to get in there with Tommy because Tommy's expecting me. And it's now been an hour and he's like, it's fine. It's fine. So then I go in to like hug him and he's like, no, it's fine. Like, you didn't want to touch me earlier, but now you want to touch me. So I was like, okay. Out of the car, walking in front, he honks. I turn around. He's like, so I go to the car on his side because why the f am I gonna get back in the car, right? There's something else I wanted to ask you. Get back in the car. I was like, no, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. And he's like, so you don't love me? If you love me, you get back in the car. And that was just his way of being in control, of knowing that, like, okay, I still got hurt. And so what did my dumbass do? Yep, I got back in the car. Got back in the car. We talked for another 20 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, I really gotta go. I have to get into an argument with him for him to be so pissed off at me that he lets me go and he pretty much kicks me out of the car. Get out of the car. I go up the stairs. I'm like knocking and knocking and knocking. And I'm like, Tommy, y'all, I was like so exhausted. I just want to get inside. So eventually someone opens up the door. It's Tommy's sister. She's a little bit nicer than Tommy, so she was like, what's going on? Like, do you need something? Are you picking something up? And I was like, no, like I'm staying here. And she was like, word? I was like, yeah. She lets me inside and I asked her like, oh, where Tommy's at. She told me Tommy's doing a run. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I asked her if she can call Tommy. Nope, I cannot. And so I told her that my phone's broken and that I just need to talk to Tommy. And she was like, okay, well, you can wait till she gets back. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I wait there. I end up passing out on the couch. I'm awoken by Tommy and she's like, oh, I hate when she like grabs me like this hard on my collarbone. And she's like, what's going on? Like, why are you here? And I tell her that there was just like a huge fight and I just asked my ex to drop me off. And she's like, that's it? And I'm like, I didn't want to tell her the whole situation because I'm like, I don't know if I have to go back to staying there because like it's literally like pick your poison, Tommy or the Peaches. And I'm like, at least with the Peaches, like there's Voldemort's house, like maybe I could stay with Voldemort. I don't know, but like maybe there would be an outcome, like maybe something, especially where Sam left too, maybe Mr. Peach will be like, okay, like you guys gotta go. Who knows? Like maybe we'll get lucky. Is it me or does that freaking heater sound stupid? So once she wakes me up, I just stay up, get to helping out, do the dishes, do what I'm supposed to. She asks me how come I didn't call her and I tell her that my phone broke. She's like, let me see it. She tells me like, oh, what happened? And I tell her that it fell and she's just looking at me like I know she's just like, liar. She's like, it broke? And I'm like, yup. She tells me that if I told my little boyfriend about it. I'm like, yeah. Did he ask how much? And I'm like, no. And she's like, but yet you'll still stay with him. And I'm just like quiet and I'm like, he is like young, like how do you expect him to pay for a phone? She's like, Alexis, if someone really likes you, they make it happen. I'm like, he got his own bills, his own stuff. And she's like, did you not hear what I said? Like literally to me it was silly, where I'm just like, why are you gonna get so upset over him not wanting to pay for me to have a new phone? Like we're literally babies. Like what the heck is up with you? But she made a good point. She was like, babies, but you guys want to do grown things? Okay, get on my face. So she tells me that she might have a spare because she knows that my mom's going to want to talk to me. Yeah, like I'll take whatever. I don't mind. And she's like, I know you won't mind. And I'm like, I didn't mean like that. I don't know. Like maybe just bad choice of words. Like my bad. Time passes and I'm like thinking about Sam. I'm like, I don't know where the hell Sam's at. I asked to go to the library. She's like, yeah. Aren't they gonna pick you up? Aren't you gonna do things? Like, are you gonna stay here? Like, what's the plan? And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit till things like calm down, if that's okay. She's like, yeah, it's fine, but it's nothing permanent, right? And I'm like, right. So I end up going to the library. I check MySpace. Sam has not opened up my messages at all because I did message her on MySpace that I was leaving and stuff like that, but there's no way to get a hold of Sam like at all. I stay at the library for a little bit and then I head back. Once I head back, I see Mr. Peach's car. I see if he's in the car. He's not in the car. I'm like, so then I go up the stairs and he's barely going to knock. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And so I tell Mr. Peach and he was like, hi, Alexis. Like that he was looking for me and that he doesn't know what the heck that we were doing. That why do we just act like we could just do whatever I want? And I told him like, I didn't know where to do. Like I was scared. And he tells me like to get in the car. And I tell him like, okay, I'm going to tell my tia that I'm leaving. He's like, all right, well, apúrate. They're like, we have to go pick up Sam. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So like, I'm like, okay, good. I'm so glad that she is found, you know? I tell Tommy that I'm going to leave, that Mr. Peach is here. She tells me, are you sure everything's good, Alexis? I said, yes. She said, are you sure? And I said, yes. She's like, okay, here's the phone. You can use this one. If it doesn't work, let me know because I don't want you to go without a phone. She's like, tell Mr. Peach too to get you a new phone since you're gonna be watching those kids all the time. That's the least that he can do. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll bring it up to him. I leave, get in the car with Mr. Peach. He's giving me an earful of he's been looking for us all night, that he came knocking last night but no one answered, that he doesn't like these games, that he doesn't know why I left, and that Sam just follows, and blah 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 blah. He asks me where Sam's at. I tell him I don't know, that we went to someone's house and that she just left. And he was like, what do you mean she just left? I was like, yeah, she just left me. And then I was like, I thought you knew where she was going because you said, let's go find Sam. He's like, yeah, because I thought you knew where she was at. And I was like, no, I don't know where she's at. And he's like, well, do you know the area? And I was like, not really. I can maybe just show you where it's around. And he's like, okay. Y'all, I could not find it. I could not find it. Like I tell you, things look different at night than they do in day. Like, for real. That's why they always say pay attention to your surroundings. Like, for real, because I could not tell you where anything was. I was like, that tree. What tree? That tree. No, that tree. Nope. No, this one. Like, oh my gosh. So he's super upset, and I tell him that if he was going to drop me off at Mrs. Peach's or at Baltimore's, and he's like, Baltimore's, and I was like, boom, I knew it. He wasn't gonna tell him to get out, and I knew that he was gonna be like, you can go to my Sancha's house. He was telling me that, Alexis, just because things don't go my way does not mean that I get to like act up and just leave. And I tell him I was really uncomfortable, that I did not think that it was taken serious. And he tells me that it's just so hard because Ray has a different story. And I was like, you just want to believe whatever Ray says. I don't know what to say. And he tells me that it's complicated, and I was like, how is it complicated when Sam literally told you the same thing that I told you, if not even more? I tell him, like, I don't want to leave them, but if I have to, then that's fine. And he's like, you don't mean that, because if you meant that, then you wouldn't have gotten in the car. Which was true. I was like, you got me there. And I tell him I love working with them, I love being part of the family, but I just don't like that he does not tell what's his face anything. And he was like, it's complicated. And I was like, how is it complicated? I feel like you're not taking it serious. And he just keeps telling me that it's a lot complicated. And I was like, why is it so complicated? I was like, and what did Sam mean about what happened to Mrs. Peach? And so I was like asking him questions, and he was like, Alexis, don't ask adult things. If you wanted me to know, that I would know. He's like, but so do you know? And I said, no. He's like, okay, then it's not your business to know. Which, valid, but still, I was like, We pull up to Baltimore's. She's pissed. She's like, why is she here? And he was like, she has to stay here until I figure out what I'm going to do with Ray. And she was like, just tell him to leave already. So she's all upset, and he tells her that he's not gonna have this discussion, that she didn't want me there, and he said that he didn't care. It was so awkward, where it's just like, I belonged nowhere. He's just pretty much telling her, like, just to stop, that he'll figure something out, but in the meantime that I do have to stay there. She asks where Sam's at, and he says that he doesn't know, that he has to find out. And she's like, Alexis knows, Alexis just not telling you. Why does he let us play him and stuff? And he was like, no one said that she doesn't know. And she's like, yes, she does. I don't know why you leave them, that we know we do and stuff like that. And I'm just like, girl, shut up. Doesn't matter what you do, he's still not gonna pick you at all. So they go back and forth for a good minute, and then he finally just like shuts it down, and he just tells her that like he pays the bills. If she doesn't want me to stay there, then she can leave, but that I have to stay there. He leaves, and she asks me, so where's Sam? I'm like, well, I don't know. You know. I was like, no, I don't. But then she threatens me and tells me if anything happens to Sam, that's on me because I left her. I was like, technically she left me. She says that, yeah, probably thought I was gonna be there when she got back and stuff. They're like, how could I do that? How could I just leave her? And I was like, how could she just leave me? So then she got in my head because I did start feeling bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what if something did happen and she thought I was gonna be there when she got back, and then I just dipped. But then I was like, no, like she was gone for like 3 hours. And she's like, yeah, but what if those 3 hours she got there at 3 hours and a minute, 3 hours and 10 minutes? And I was like, well, 3 hours and a minute too long. So then she started getting upset, and she was like, you're not taking it serious, Alexis, that like God forbid something happens. And I was like, I really hope nothing does happen. I was like, but she don't want to be saved. Just kidding. I was like, she did not even want me to go with her. She's like, but what if that was the guy's decision and not hers? That like, if anything, I understand how guys can, you know, be and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. I was like, but she shouldn't have left. I told her not to leave. So we're just like fighting about it, and she's just like, are you not understanding? I said, I am understanding. You just want me to listen to what you say and just not say anything at all. If you want me to act like that, then I will. I won't respond. And I say, okay. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm surprised no one has busted in your face. So she starts getting a little bit aggressive, and I was like, okay. And she was like, you see, even that. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I the problem? Because like, why do people always tell me this? So like, they wish they could hit me in my face. But it's because I don't shut the up. You want to talk at me. You're not going to talk at me. And that's what pissed him off the most, is that I didn't let them talk at me. No, I'm gonna say something back. We're having a conversation. I'm there for like a good minute, helping clean. She's telling me that if I hear anything from Sam, to let her know that like, she just can't believe it, that like I would leave and stuff, that like, what kind of friend am I? And I'm like, I'm not her friend. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not her friend. She's not my friend. Yeah, like I'm not her friend. So she gets really pissed off that I say that. Like, is that your friend? Nope. So she's like, what do you mean? She thinks that you're her friend. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not. Like, I'm not her friend. She's not my friend. There's no loyalty. We don't like each other. We checked MySpace. Nothing. She's like, I gotta make a report. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, do you even care? Do you know how serious that is, Alexis? I said, yes, I do. What do you want me to say? Like, I don't. Anything I said, it just irritated her. But I think it's because she thought I really knew where she was, that I was gonna be like, oh, okay, fine, she's here. But like, I really did not know where she was. And she even got me in the car and she's like, let's go back to that place. And I was like, I don't know where it's at. She's like, you don't know where it's at, Alexis, but you literally told your ex to get you. I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Like, oh my gosh, you're right. I totally forgot that I had did that. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it, y'all. I didn't. Why? Because I'm a kid. So then I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, like I know where it's at. Boom, me and Baltimore, we go and we're like crazy, like da, 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 da. And I was like, oh my gosh, like y'all, I felt like I solved a puzzle. I was like, took me a minute, but I got it. We're like knocking like crazy. Person behind the door is like, go away. Baltimore is like, open the fucking door before we call the cops. The stupid person behind the door is like, for what? For sleeping with a minor. Bum, 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 bum. So she said that, they like opened the door like a little crack. They're like, who are you here for? And she's like, Sam. And they're like, we don't know Sam. I was like, it's Anna. And she's like, we're here for Anna. And then the guy comes out the door and he's like, not even the one that Sam's talking to, right? He's like, what are you guys doing here? Open the door now, because I will call the cops. Like, I'm not even joking. She is a minor. And I will tell them everything. I can smell it. Hold on, chill out. Like, relax. Like, it doesn't even need to get there. Like, relax. And he looks at me. He's like, I knew you were trouble. Like, bro, what? Like, we are not in a movie. Shut the up. Like, go inside. Freaking beta fish looking ass. So then he goes inside. Boom, Sam comes outside. She's like freaking hair all knotted. She just looks crazy. She like has hella eyeliner. She just looks like literally they just picked her up off the floor from like throwing up and like threw her out. I feel like I saved the day. I was like, dang man, I'm like, oh, it's so crazy. So I'm like kind of like hyped up, because I'm like, dude, like, oh my god, if it wasn't for freaking Baltimore questioning me like hella, I would have like totally forgot. And it would have been until like months later, probably, I was like going through the messages trying to make myself cry again. And like so I'm like, I'm excited to see her. And she's just kind of like the worst how she looks, right? Baltimore calls Mr. Peach. She tells him. He was like, I knew Alexis knew. And she was like, right, I'm telling y'all, like, no, like, what? So like talking smack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it wasn't even like that. Like, I swear. He's telling me that he's gonna give me the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just like, thank you for giving me the benefit of the doubt, just like you give Ray the benefit of the doubt. And he's like, Alexis, because bitch, what? Like, why are you acting like you're doing me a favor? Like, you, right? Or am I wrong? Right or wrong? Right. So they're trying to talk to Sam, and she's like, heck out of it. And she just reeks of booze, like really bad. Baltimore ends up giving Mr. Peach the address, and they end up calling the woo. Exactly. Okay. They end up calling them, telling them a couple things. They end up taking Sam to the hospital. She is super boozed up. She's there overnight, and I'm at Baltimore's, and I am loving it. So I'm like excited, not excited because what's happening to Sam, but I'm just excited because I'm like, oh my cool. Like, I'm like, y'all, we almost had to go back to Tommy's, but we're good, you know. So I'm like excited about that. So a couple days passed. Sam's okay. She just really had a lot of liquor, and she is fuming because her boyfriend got reported. She keeps telling Mr. Peach and stuff that it wasn't his fault, that she's the one who lied, and he said it doesn't matter because Sam is still a minor and it doesn't matter. So they're having that argument, and I'm just like keeping to myself because it's none of my business. He's asking Sam like, oh, where did you meet this person? And she's like, I'm not gonna tell you anything, I don't trust you. He tells her it doesn't matter anyways because the cops are gonna find out. And she's like, okay, watch. And he's like, what are you threatening me about? What do you mean watch? And she's like, just watch. being a little psycho, right? Days pass. I still don't have the kids because Mr. Peach is still trying to figure out what he's going to do. So literally these couple of days have been like chilling, just me and Sam, and she's literally plotting on her dad. She just keeps telling me that it's not fair. How can he tell her what to do or who to love? Tell her. I'm like, dude, that guy is a sicko. Like, what are you talking about? He's so old. Like, it's wrong. Like, even if you're like, oh, I lied to him, he has eyes. He knows. Like, he knows that you're underage. She's like, no, you just don't understand. I'm like, girl, he knows. He's been on this earth for a very long time. I'm sure he knows. But she just keeps saying that she's gonna get her dad. She's like, when he least expects it, I'm gonna get him. You're talking crazy. Shut the hell up. I asked Mr. Peach if he can take me to the Cricket store so that I can switch the phone over to the device that Tommy had gotten me. He looks at the phone and he's like, oh, why this phone? And I'm like, well, it's the only one that like I can afford. And she let me get it. And I was like, this is the one that broke. And Sam tries saying like, yeah, Ray did it. And he's like, no cierto, no cierto. That he doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe it. And she's like, well, he did. And just watch. She just keeps telling him, just watch. He takes us to the store. The lady's like telling me that some of the features won't work on it and the whole thing. Like, I freaking hated how it wasn't just like a cool easy switch. Charges me a fee for it, and I tell Mr. Peach like, I don't have the money. Can you pay for it, please? Oh, he gives me such a hard time, and it's so annoying because it's not like if he gave me like a paycheck, he always be like, just tell me and I'll just give you it, whatever. But anytime I would be like, okay, like, can I get paid, he would have such a hard time giving me the money. Like, it was so annoying. And that's how the ex's sister was too. She'd be like, just tell us what you need and we'll just give it to you. Like, I don't know why they did that. Like, I honestly don't know why they did that. Like, when my niece would babysit, I'd be like, okay, here's your money, like, there you go. And it's like, even if she like went to go spend it on stupid stuff or whatever, that's not my business because she babysat my kids. Like, the Peaches and the ex's sister and brother-in-law, like, I don't know what it was, but he did not give me cash. He was just like, yeah, just tell me what you need and I'll do it. Like, it was so annoying. One can argue is like, okay, well, they gave you a place to sleep, so that's good enough. And it's like, okay, but I still needed other things too. Or when I did tell them like, okay, I need this, whatever, it was like an issue. Not fair. Like, literally not fair at all. And it literally made everything so uncomfortable where it's just like having to ask, and it just always felt yucca. So he pays for it, and then Sam's like, oh, can we go to the mall? And he's like, what the F is wrong with you? Does she not forget like everything that she's like has done and everything, that she's grounded? And she's like, okay, so can we go? Like, it did not faze her. She was just like, okay, can we just go? Do you think he took us? Yep, he took us. So we walked around the mall. She got some stuff. She got to buy some cute pants. She was like, Alexis, try them on. And then I can see how this can come off bratty. I said, why would I try it on if I know I can't afford it? Mr. Peach gets so upset that like, why have such a negative attitude like that, that like I just ruined the fun of like wanting her just to have like a moment with me and like dress up. That like, that how do I know that like, what if he was gonna buy it for me? Now since you act like that, you kind of just take away someone wanting to do something for you because you want to have that poor attitude. I'm like, okay. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, I don't know what you want me to say. I was like, why am I gonna try it on and it's too much? I don't have money. You already made me feel bad about paying for switching the phones. Like, what do you mean? And he's just like, I know. This is why you wanted to come? This is why you wanted to come, Sam? And Sam was just like, I mean, she's not wrong. And like, just being stupid. And she's just like so happy with her clothes. Mind you, before she had asked me to try like the clothes on with her, we already went to like Aeropostale and like the other stores, and she already had like a good amount of clothes already in bags. What did I have? Nothing. And I'm okay with that. It wasn't like if I'm like, oh, poor me. No, I'm just like, why am I gonna want to try it on? And what if I do like it? It's not like if I can like. And then for the times that I would ask, it'd be like, oh my gosh, she's just using us. You see, I knew it. She wanted something. They'd be like, that's why she did this. That's why she did. Like, everything was always like, oh, that's why. Oh, this is why. Oh, that's why. And they would give me a speech about how hard they work for their money and they aren't responsible for me, and just like make little comments like that. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was on my best behavior. It was like, oh, because there was something, she wanted something. If I didn't ask, oh, you ruined the moment. And then if I did ask, you see, she wanted something. It was damned if you do and damned if you don't. So I'd rather just not try it. be like, oh, Mr. Peach, please, please, please. I'm not gonna do that. And I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with window shopping. I just don't try it on. I'd rather look at it and be like, oh, that's cute, put it back on the rack. Why do I have to try it on? For what? For me to be like, ugh, even more? I don't know. You let me know if I'm being bratty about it or not. I don't think I was being bratty about it. I just think that I was just like, for what? Because like, for real, like, for what? There's one more store she wants to go to. We go to that store. These really pretty dresses. And she's like, come on, Alexis, please. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can't even say no, because then I'm going to set him off, because she asked and he goes like this. Oh, I'm just like, gosh, go change your tampon, bitch. Like, oh my gosh. I try on a couple with her. We're having like a little cute moment. She like begs her dad to buy her the dress, and he's just like, no, saying like, you like, no, like, it's too much. Like, he literally kept saying like, no, 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 it's too much. But I think he low-key liked being begged. I know that sounds weird, but I really, really do. He was like, oh, Alexis, how do you like the dress? I was like, se mira bien, se mira bien. He's like, oh, but that's a lot of money. He's like, you don't even wear dresses. I was like, yeah, I know. Okay, like, I know. Like, it's so weird. Like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know how to. It was awkward, y'all. She ends up getting the dress. The lady is like, oh, you didn't like the dress? I was like, no, not really my style. Like, I don't know. I don't really like wear dresses. Mr. Peach was like, you would have to do a lot of babysitting for that. Like, makes it really awkward to the point like me and the cashier look at each other like it was weird. He gets hung up on how I made eye contact with the cashier, that like, why did I make a joke of him? And I'm like, why did you make that joke? Like, I don't think it was funny. Family's not supposed to do that to make the other one feel stupid. And I was like, okay. So we go home. Sam has all these bags, right? We don't go to Baltimore's, we go to the house. He tells us that Ray's not going to be there. Ray is going to be somewhere else for a couple of days. And we're like, okay, cool. So we go to the house, and who's there? Ray. He said, psych. Sam pops off and she's like, you said he wasn't going to be here. Ray was like, oh, how are you guys going to talk about me like if I'm not here? And everyone left besides him. Mr. Peach is like, why didn't you go? And he was like, ah, no, no, it's not the type of thing I like doing. And Mr. Peach was like, but you were supposed to go. And he was like, okay, I didn't want to go. So they're kind of like bickering back and forth. Me and Sam go upstairs. Ray was like, ay, mija, like, what did you get? He's like, oh, es muchas cosas. And then he was like, ah, nada, nothing for the other girl, implying me. And Mr. Peach was like, she didn't want anything. And so then we go upstairs, and Sam is just trying on everything. And I'm telling you, from the bottom of my soul, I did not have an ounce of jealousy. I was just on my phone doing the new thing, because I'm like, I got a phone now. I can call my mama. I did not care. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm not huge into fashion. I'm more into like clothes and cute things more now as an adult than I was as a child. To me, I'm just like, you know, is it cute? Cool. This, cool. You know, I'll put it on. But it wasn't like how I get now as an adult, where I'm like, oh my god, this shirt is so cute, like I need to have it, blah 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 blah. I don't need it, I want it, you know. Sam is like trying it on. She's like, she's like, you wish you were me, huh? And I laugh. I genuinely laugh. I said, no. She was like, I know you're. I said, I de lo juro, I swear to God, no, I really don't. She's like offended that like I don't want to be her. And she was like, who would want to be you? And I said, me, bitch. That's why. Like, me. Like, you know, whatever. And she's like, you're just jealous. And I said, dude, I swear, I'm not. I'm not. She keeps trying and trying, and she's like, you are, it's okay. And she's like, if you be nice, I'll give you a shirt. And I was like, dude, I don't need your shirt. I don't need it. She is so bothered. People are so bothered when they can't get a reaction out of you. They really want you to be bothered, and if you really are unbothered, it ruins their day. She was so upset that I was like not bothered. I think it's because she used to like maybe her friends being like, oh, you're so lucky. I wish I could have one. I don't care. I don't care. I was happy for her. Even with the dress. The dress was expensive. Where I was like, damn, that's cute. But other than that, I did not feel jealousy in the way she was probably hoping that I did. We literally just keep going back and forth, and she's really upset because I'm not like, yes, girl, I wish I had that. Blah, 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 blah. I would tell y'all. Okay, have no shame telling y'all when I'm like, oh, I really wanted that. No, we just have different stylos, and it wasn't something that I'm like, yes, I want it. That catches the attention of Mr. Peach. He comes in the room, and he's like, what's going on? She's like, Alexis is mad because she didn't get anything. And he is like, la verdad? Like, he's like surprised too, you know? And I'm like, no, like, I don't care. She just keeps saying that. And he's like, is it because of what Ray said? And I'm like, I didn't even hear what Ray said. He's just like, okay. He leaves. I'm chilling in the room. I'm on my phone. I literally do not care. Half hour passed by. He calls me and he's like, Alexis, ven. I'm like, okay. ¿Quieres ir a la tienda? Like, do you want to go to the store? And I was like, are we gonna go food shopping? Like, what we need, you know? And he's like, no, for you. And I was like, oh no, la verdad, like, I'm fine. Tells me that, like, no, it's fine, that he like really didn't think about it and stuff. I should, you know, pick out a couple of things. And I was like, no, está bien. And inside I'm like, why would I want to go shopping when he already like threw a big fit about the price of like switching the phone? Like, it's just weird. It just doesn't feel like something I want to do. And you guys are probably like, oh, you should just do it anyways. Like, it comes with something. Like, I don't want to. So I just keep telling him like, no, it's fine. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, like, I promise. So I just stay upstairs because Ray's downstairs and I'm not gonna go downstairs. Sam is like, what are you gonna do in a little bit? I'm like, nothing. She's like, can I use your phone for a little bit? And I'm like, no. I knew you were jealous. I knew it. I knew you were. I was like, dude, it's just a no. Like, you literally left me, because we hadn't even really had a conversation of her leaving me. Like, we just kind of like sweep things under the rug, which we really shouldn't do, where so many things happen and other things, and then going to the mall and then like getting stuff, it like literally things just get swept under the rug and not addressed. When I tell her like, no, like, you literally left me, she's like, oh my gosh, I thought you were just gonna like let that die. I'm like, why would I let that die? Like, that was really up. She's like, did anything happen to you? No, didn't think so. I'm like, okay, even if nothing happened to me, you left me, that's weird. She's like, but did anything happen to you? No. I'm trying to tell her it's the principle of you leaving me. She pretty much tells me that she didn't want to babysit me. She's like, why did I have to babysit you? You were fine. You were good. And I was like, that's why your boyfriend got reported. So then I get to go out and she's like, you're such a bitch, because I'm just trying to get out of the room and I totally forget that like Ray's still there. And it's so annoying because it's like, sir, like, why are you here? Like, everyone in your family left, like, why are you here? He tried saying it's because like he wanted some peace and quiet. He can't think. It's not your house. Go somewhere, do something else. Like, it's so annoying. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, literally, it does not make sense to me. I try to go to the kitchen like as fast as I can, just like power walk, because I'm like, do I just go back upstairs? But I'm like, nope, let's just go. As I'm making my way downstairs, he was like, mija, me traes un agua. And I look at him like, why are you talking to me? And I was like, no quiero. He's like, ¿qué me dijiste? Like, what did you tell me? I was like, no quiero. I was like, you know what? It's fine. If he ends up beating our ass, like, it's fine. So then I get what I'm going to eat, heat it up, go back upstairs. Not long after, Mr. Peach is like, Alexis. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, he's gonna yell at me because I didn't give Ray a water. He's gonna be like, respect your elders. Da, 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 da. I wait till he calls my name 2 more times because I'm petty. I had to call him 3 times, remember? After the 3rd one, he like hits the wall so like I can hear, right? So then I go to the room and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, ¿Qué pasó abajo? Like, what happened downstairs? And I tell him that Ray told me to get him a water and I told him that I didn't want to. And then he's like, ¿Por qué? And I'm like, because I don't want to. He's like, but why? And I told him, did he forget that like he pulled my hair, that he assaulted me? Like that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, ¿por qué haces eso? Like, why do you do that? And he's like, what? I was like, why do you always act like what I'm saying is not a big deal? And he tells me that he didn't probably grab my hair that hard, that like me and Sam, it's so hard because he never knows like what's true. And I was like, I'm telling you what's true. He did tell you that he grabbed me by my hair. And he's like, well, I didn't see. And that's what sucks. People like that literally need like hard proof. But even if they were to see it on camera, they're still like, I don't know. Like, it's always like that. I hate it. He's not upset. He just wanted to know like why. And I was like, well, that's why I'm not gonna do anything. He's like, yeah, you say. Like, I know. I just wanted to know like what happened. So I'm like, okay, do I have to stay there tonight or can I go somewhere because I don't feel comfortable? He's like, well, where are you gonna go? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, Alexis, I'm sure he didn't mean to hurt you. It was just a reaction of something really quick. And I told him, okay, and then the restroom, what about that? And he's like, I can't speak for other people because then I would be speaking for the whole world. And I'm like, what? Like, what does that even mean? But it's because people like him, they're so used to saying stuff around people who won't question what they're saying, and so they're probably like, yeah, like, this makes sense. no, it does not make sense. You just sound stupid. I don't know what you think you're saying, but you're not saying what you think you're saying. I promise you that. I'm like, what does that even mean? He was like, it just goes without saying. I was like, I don't think this goes without saying. Like, what does that mean? Explain it to me. He's like, it just goes without saying. I was like, but why? And he was like, because it just does, Alexis. And I was like, I don't think so. And so he starts getting upset and he's like, yes, it does. And I was like, I don't think so. So anyways, the day goes on and me and Sam, we go downstairs here and there and we're just both avoiding Ray. He keeps trying to talk to Sam and he's like, oh, is that a new shirt? And she's like not talking to him. And he's like, do you not hear me talking? And she's like, I'm not talking to you. And he's like, oh, okay. And she's like, because what you did was not okay. And he was like, I was trying to help you. And she's like, I don't need help. And he's like, yeah, you do. She's like, ¿por qué te ríes? Like, why are you laughing? He's like, estás bien loquita. Like, oh, you're real crazy. Sets her off. She starts yelling at him. She starts calling him out of his name. He's telling her that, like, no, that people get confused as kindness. She's like, that's not true. That's not true. So they start fighting and I'm like, that's so crazy. Sam's like pretty much telling me when we're in the kitchen that it sucks that everyone has that person in their family. She's like, just how you have that dad. And I was like, he's not my dad, he's my stepdad. He's yelling at us, telling us like not to talk about him, that not to spread lies or anything like that. And she's like, how is it lies when everyone's story is the same? He thinks that we're picking on him, so he calls Mr. Peach on the phone and tells Mr. Peach to come down. Mr. Peach comes down and he was like, what's going on? And we tell him that Ray is being annoying and he's saying this. Mr. Peach is like, can you guys just not talk to each other? Like, don't talk to each other. Sam is like, why is he still here? Like, why is he here? I don't want him here. I feel uncomfortable. I don't feel like you're taking it serious. She starts referring to Mrs. Peach as mom. Mr. Peach is like, stop being manipulative. That's not gonna work on me. You don't care about her. And she's like, yes, I do. And he's like, no, you don't. You just don't want Ray here. So they start kind of arguing about that. And I'm trying to listen. And you can see that Mr. Peach sees me trying to listen. And he tells Sam to change the conversation because then people are just going to use it for their benefit. That was hurtful. That was really hurtful. I was like, okay. Me and Sam go back upstairs and she's like, Alexis, can I use your phone? And I was like, no. And she's like, why? And I tell her, do you honestly forget what the you did? She's like, it wasn't even that bad. Like, you're good, right? Like, you're still here. And I'm like, that's not the point. So she tells me that she's only going to use it for a couple of seconds. That's it. And I'm like, nope. She's like, please, nope. And I tell her to ask her daddy to buy her one. She laughs and she's like, at least I have one. And we kind of just drop it. We stay upstairs just chilling. Mr. Peach tells us to get ready, that we're going to be leaving in a little bit. And Sam's like, where? And he's like, we're going to go to the store. We're going to get some stuff. Sam's like, when do I get to see my siblings? He looks at her and he's like, can you stop? And she's like, stop what? I miss my siblings. And then he was like, I'm so tired of these mind games. You hate them one minute, then you want to see them another. And she's like, well, yeah, they're my siblings. I miss Munchkin. And she looks at me. And I'm just like shaking my head because está loca. Está like she's crazy, y'all. And he tells her to stop. That he is so tired of these games that he never knows what's real with her, what's not. And she's just like, what? That was Patricia. He's not falling for it. He's like, we're not going to upset Mrs. Peach because now you care about your siblings. We're not doing that. She's like, they're your kids too. Why does she have so much say? Why do you let her control you? So she's like, and he's just telling her like, don't you get tired? One thing you want to argue, then you want to argue about this, then you want to argue about that. Don't you get tired? And she's like, just watch. And he was like, what does that mean? I'm just kind of like, okay, what the hell does just watch mean? Like, that sounds kind of scary, Sam. We go to the store and he tells us to get some food, to get some snacks. She's like, for what? And he's like, just get some snacks. I don't know, get some snacks. She's like, but why? And she just keeps questioning like everything. And he's like, let's just get a snack. And I'm like, okay. So I get a snack. He's like, get a drink. I'm like, all right. So I get a snack, get a drink. And she's still on for what? And he's like, we're going to take a drive. Where? And he's like, somewhere you like. Y'all, the paranoid look on her face was hilarious. I messed with her. And I was like, ooh, you're going to get dropped off. He's giving you some snacks for the road. He's giving you your last meal. Like, just to be a bitch. He's like, nah, he wouldn't do me like that. I was like, I don't know. Just say, you keep messing with them, that something's wrong with you. You could just see her like midway trying to find snacks, that you could see that she's like thinking about it. She's probably like, that's what you want to eat, Sam? And she's like, yeah, why? He's like, I don't know, make it worth it. And I look at her, I'm like, told you. And she's like, why do I have to make it worth it? And he was like, it's gonna be a minute. And she's like, what's gonna be a minute? Be a minute that I get to have this snack? And she like just starts like freaking out. And he's like, what? We're all on different pages, y'all. She was like freaking out. And he's like, I'm just saying, it's gonna be a long while. That's the only snack you want? And she's like, a long while for what? And then me too. I'm like, why the hell is he like talking in riddles? She's gonna make it miserable for the both of us. Like, just freaking say it. He's just kind of like laughing, and she's like, what did I do to you? Audacity. So we get our snacks. We go to these $2 movies. We watch a movie and we're just chilling. And Sam's like, Alexis, I need to go to the restroom. I'm like, okay. She's like, can I use your phone? No, you cannot use my phone. She's like, why? I'm like, because it's my phone. So we're like fighting, and Mr. Peach is like, what's going on? Like, what? And she's like, nothing. I just need to go to the restroom. I want to go with Alexis. And he's like, go with her to me. And I'm like, okay. I go to the restroom with her, and she's like, let me see it. And I'm like, no. And she just keeps bugging me and bugging me. I'm like, nope. She's like, it's just gonna be a quick second. I'm just trying to check on somebody. And I was like, why do you want to check on somebody when you know the outcome of it? Like, stop it. So me and her keep going back and forth, and she keeps telling me that she just needs to check on somebody. She needs to check on somebody. And I tell her no. Like, nope. So then she starts going through my pockets, and we're literally like just kind of like wrestling for a good minute. And then I'm like, okay, fine, like make it quick. And she tells me if I can wait outside of the restroom, that she doesn't want to talk while I'm not right there. And I'm like, why? She's like, because like I get nervous. I like to make a baby voice. And I'm like, you're disgusting. Okay. I wait outside, and she finally comes out after like 10 minutes. We go back to the movie. Mr. Peach looks at me and he's like, you better not have let her use your phone, eh? And I'm like, no, why would I? Like, attitude with him. And he's like, okay, no mas, no mas. So then we finish the movie. She's like in such a good mood, like super good mood. I'm just like, okay, what a little weirdo. Like, I hate that like I'm so mean to her, but I feel like it's like valid because she's such a pain in the ass. And then I'm like, just like, she just don't know no better. Like, she really just probably doesn't know any better. So after that, she asks Mr. Peach if we can go and get a late night breakfast, and he's like, you didn't get full off the snacks? She's like, no, like, let's just spend more time together. And he's like, okay. Like, you could just tell he's just kind of just like just going with the flow, but he's just trying so hard just to be like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm telling you, she had this man going crazy where he was just like, I don't know what way is up and what way is down. Like, he's just stupid, if I could be honest. We end up going having breakfast. I get my French toast, guys. French toast is so good. I feel like I can't make French toast the same way that they do. If you have any recipes, let me know, because I'm down to try. Like, I really am, to make a really good French toast. So we're eating, and as we're out, Mr. Peach keeps getting a call from a private number, and he's like super annoyed. He's like, oh my gosh, it's always something, that he's so tired of having a phone, blah 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 blah. And he just keeps like ignoring this private phone call, that he doesn't know why he keeps getting private phone calls. I tell him that the ex calls me private and stuff, that like maybe it's like an old friend. I wasn't trying to say pumpkin without saying pumpkin. He like just laughs, and he's like, in serio? I was like, yeah. And he was like, maybe. It was a good time. It was good time. We head back home. Sam stops him because he's already en route back to the house. And she's like, nope, I'm not going to sleep there. Take us to Baltimore's. And he's like, como chingas. They're like, how do you, like, you bug? And she's like, nope. You said we didn't have to stay there if he was going to be there. And she's like, I don't feel comfortable. How do you feel uncomfortable? And he's done nothing to her, that he was just trying to get me off of her. She's like, nope, he's a sicko. And she's like, how do you think Alexis feels? He asks me, and I tell him, like, I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to be there if he's there. And he was like, but just a couple of days ago that he was there. And I was like, yeah, up until he grabbed me by my hair. So we're like talking to him, right? And so he's like listening to us. Well, let's stop at the house and like, let's get some things. She's like, no, we don't need anything. And she just keeps trying to like avoid him going. I asked her, like, why don't you want to go to the house? And she's like, because then you're gonna make an excuse not to take us. Like, just take us first and then go. He's like, I'm not gonna do that. She's like, yes you are, I know you. But she was being kind of like whiny, but like cute with him. So she was baiting him, and he was taking it. So we go to Baltimore's, and Baltimore keeps trying to flirt with Mr. Peach, like super bad. And I feel bad, because even though she's a dumbass, he made her a dumbass too. He's just like, ugh. Like, he's like not, like, she's like laughing, putting her hands on him because they were talking about something, and he just keeps grabbing them, like, huh? Like, he just keeps like bringing them down, and she's like just looking at him, and he's like, okay. And she's like, what's her name? Que hablas? Like, just like looks at her with like disgust, and she's like, you know what I'm talking about. And he's like, like, do you ever stop? Like, why can't we ever just have a good time? And I'm just like, that's so gross. I hate guys. And she's like, no, más dime. again, like just trying to like be playful with him, but she's being serious. She's like, no, for real, tell me, bitch. And he's just like, I'm not telling you nothing. And it was just such a hard watch because she's not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. He's just not gonna tell you. And Sam is just laughing at Baltimore, like literally like laughing at her, like like up and down. And she's like, ¿Por qué te ríes así? Like, why are you laughing like that? She's like, no más. And it's like, no, why are you laughing like that? And she's like, I'm not. And it's like, yes you are, bitch, yes you are. I really like how this looks. Oof. So it's funny, I should have left my hair in a bun. It looks so much better in a bun. And Sam just keeps picking at her and picking at her and picking at her, just like laughing, like, oh, you're so desperate. Like just making like little comments here and there. You can see Baltimore get more insecure. And she keeps trying to laugh, and like every single time she touches Mr. Peach, he's like just grabbing her hands, holding them, pushing them away. And it's so crazy because I'm just like, oh, not like I expect men to like act the same when they're cheating. It's just such a dead giveaway where it's like, I remember when the ex, like every time he was cheating with a certain individual, like he was like, yes. With her, he would not hold my hand, he wouldn't touch me, he wouldn't kiss me, he wouldn't, nothing at all. He was just like, ugh, like he just could not, like he felt like he was being unfaithful to her. It was crazy. So just seeing Mr. Peach like acting like, ooh, like he was so scared of like getting the cooties from her, or like he felt like he was being unfaithful to Pumpkin. It was hilarious seeing him react the way he did. And it was crazy because Baltimore got a taste of what Mrs. Peach felt, and it just sucks because it's just like, ándale, chingate, like, you know, we're just sitting there kind of just like winding down and just like BSing with each other. I go into the restroom because me and the ex are like riding back, and Mr. Peach keeps making comments like, oh my gosh, Alexis, like, let the phone, leave the phone, that's why the phones don't work for you, because you're always on them, blah 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 blah. And it was just like, because he was just trying to like pick at me because Baltimore was being a pain in the ass. So then I go to the restroom and I'm just like talking, and I hear Mr. Peach's phone go off. I don't think anything of it. I'm just like, whatever. And I'm still like messaging the ex. He's telling me to please sneak out, that he needs to see me, he needs to hold me, this all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I'll see what I can do, because I'm at Baltimore, so I'll see what I can do, I'll let you know. And I'm like, what about your mama? He's like, I don't care, I'm okay with getting in trouble, I just need to see you, blah blah blah, like laying it on thick. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'll see what I can do. Like, I'm telling you, it was so, like, so I get out of the restroom and Mr. Peach is like just serious on the phone, and he just like looks at me and he's just like on the phone, and I look at Sam and she's just like this. I'm like, what happened? She's like, just watch. And I'm just like, okay. So I sit next to her and she tells me like, so what's the plans tonight? I was like, I got no plans with you. Like, I'm still mad how you left me. She's like, oh my gosh, that's old news. That was days ago. Get over it. And I'm like, nah, dude, like that is messed up. Like, what if that guy was a weirdo and did something? She's like, but did he? It was like how people were like, but did you die? Like, she was really like stuck on that, where she was just like, you're good though, you're chilling, you'll be all right, you're good. And I'm like, no, that was scary. What are you talking about? I don't want to feel like that. So she was just like, what's the plans? I was like, I don't got no plans. Like, what are you talking about? And she just keeps looking at her dad, and he just keeps looking at her, and then he looks at me and he goes, and I'm just like, okay. So I ask her, what did you do? She's like, just watch. And she's just so happy about it. She's like, just watch. And I'm like, okay. So Mr. Peach is on the phone for a good minute. He goes outside, comes back in, and he's just like touching his head, and he's just like, oh, okay. Saying like certain things, but not too much. And I'm just like, and I'm looking at her again. She's like, just watch. And I'm like, okay. Moving my head like this, because I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of sore. It was like if my head was like in a chongo too long, you know what I mean, like a ponytail too long. Oh yeah, FAMBAM asked, what does liga mean? It just means hair tie. Liga, hair tie. He's talking for a good minute on the phone, and I'm just like, okay. And he has like his professional voice on, and Baltimore is looking at me and Sam, and she's like, what did you guys do? Sam tells her, just watch. Like, she's just like really excited, and I'm like, damn, what do you mean just watch? So we wait and we wait. He gets off the phone, and he doesn't just put it down on the counter or put it in his pocket. He boom, slams it down, and he's like, dime ahorita what you were thinking. And I'm confused. So I just look at Sam, and Sam is just looking right at him. But he's looking at me. And I'm like, why are you looking at me? Like, redirect it. Look at Sam. And then he's like, what did you do, Alexis? And I'm like, what did I do? What are you talking about? Because I'm like genuinely confused. And he was like, what did you do? Who did you call? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, that's why you went to the restroom. And I was like, I was talking to my ex. What are you talking about? No, 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 no. This is just too coincidental. What did you do? And Sam is just cheesing. And I keep looking at her. And then Baltimore finally asks the $1 million question, Sam, what did you do? And then she says, just watch. And I'm like, what do you mean just watch? Like, what did you do? And Mr. Peach is like, why would you do that to him? I'm like, do what to who? What are you talking? Like, Baltimore, we're all confused. Like, we're both confused because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what did she do? And Mr. Peach is not giving us any information. He's like, get up right now. We're going to go and clear this up. Get up right now. And she's like, no. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? He's like, Alexis, don't play stupid with me. And I was like, I'm not. Like, what are we talking about? He's like, I know you made the phone call to me. And I'm like, made what phone call? Like, what are you talking about? And Sam's like, she didn't make it. You're like, it was me. He's like, I don't believe it. That is so ugly when someone wants you to be the bad guy so bad. They're like, no, it had to have been you. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I know it was you. And I was like, no, it wasn't. He's like, you're the only one with the phone. She hasn't even been using your phone. And Sam's like, not true. She's let me use it. And I'm like, like, what are you, what did you do? Like, what are you talking about? And she gets up and she's like going to the kitchen. I'm telling you, she's like a little badass, okay? And he was like, no, we're leaving right now. He's like, Alexis, get up now. Don't act like you're so confused. And I was like, I am confused. And so I start kind of like whimpering because I'm like, I'm so scared. Like, what are we doing? Like, I am so confused. Baltimore is like, what is going on? Like, you need to relax. Like, you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Relax. What is going on? He is like, let them tell you. And I'm just like, what does Sam just keep reiterating? Just watch. And I'm just like, okay, like, she's stuck on repeat. Like, I don't know. And I'm like telling Baltimore, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he's just like yelling, yes, you do. And I was like, okay. So I immediately called Tommy and I'm like, Tommy, like, you're gonna have to come pick me up. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, Mr. Peach is like yelling at me. And he's like, no, dile la verdad. Like, to tell her the truth. And she's like, what's going on? Like, where you at? And I'm like, I'm at the side chick's house. And Baltimore's just looking at me and I'm just like, because I don't know how else to say it, you know, that's how we talk. And I'm just like so stuck in it where I don't even realize it in the moment until like after it leaves my mouth. And I'm like, I'm at the side chick's house, like, he's flipping out, dude. I don't know what's going on. And she's like, don't move, don't anything, put me on speaker. So I put her on speaker and she's like, if you touch her, I'm going to call the cops on you. And he's like, he's like going like that, whatever. And she's like, let's just stay there, don't do nothing, don't move. And then Sam's like, can I go too? Like, in the background. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like hilarious. So then I hang up. She calls me back. I just answer the phone call, but I not like talking to her so she can just hear it. He was like, why are you playing stupid? Like, if you didn't call the cops on Ray. What? Like, I was just so confused. So I smile, but I'm not smiling because I'm like, yeah, I got caught. I'm smiling because I'm dumbfounded, where I'm like, John? Like, he's like, John? Like, mimicking me. And I'm like, what? And Sam is just like, she has her water and she's like, no, fui yo. Like, it wasn't her, it was me. She's literally telling him. And he's like, no, I know it was you. Like, to me, like, he's like losing his. And I'm like, who are you? Because like, I'm so like, what the hell? Like, he wants me to be the bad one so bad. And it's like, not even like the bad one, because like, that's not even something bad, right? Because like, he's a perv. But I'm like, he should have had them called on him, where he's over there freaking picking me up like that. Like, who you think you is? And so she keeps telling him like, it wasn't her, it was me. And he was like, no, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you call? And like midway where he was like, why would you call? And she's just like looking at him. He's like, estás loca, tienes algo. Like, there's something wrong with you up there. Perdóname, Alexis. Like, he's like telling her this and he's like, I'm so sorry, Alexis. And in the same breath. And I'm like, because like, what? he's tripping. And she's like, I told you not to call him. I told you, just watch. I told you. Like, she's like literally like, y'all, like I'm even kind of scared because I'm like, okay, you can stop pretending now, like stop. Like, she's literally like going into a whole different character. Okay, like she's not even Sam. Okay, she's Sammy. Like she's just like something else, where I'm just like, because he had called the cops on her boyfriend and she's like, I told you, there's a lot of things that I let slide, but I told you. So she just keeps repeating that, like, I told you. And he was like, estás loca, like estamos, like we're a family, how could you do this to family? And she's like, relax, nothing is going to happen to him unless Alexis says something. And then like puts it on me and I'm like, what? Like I'm so confused. And he just keeps saying, Alexis, por favor, perdóname, mija. Like, Alexis, please forgive me. And I'm like, ew, no. And so I can hear like my phone, like, you know when someone's screaming in a phone, and so then I grab it and I'm like, yes. And then Tommy's like, don't say a f***ing word, you don't say anything, you hear me? Like, she's just going off and I'm like, I hear you, okay. And his eyes are just like big. And so I just sit on the couch and Baltimore starts going in on Sam, and she was like, you called the cops on Ray? And she's like, I don't know why you guys think that I was joking. Like, I told you guys. I'm telling you, it was just literally like, this isn't happening. Like they were both like freaking out. Like, how could you do that? And she's like, why are you saying how could I do that when you literally put me away? And he was like, ¿Por qué estás loquita, mami? Like, you're crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know what to do with you anymore. And then she's like, no, you put me away because you don't want to hear me no more. You just don't want to deal with me no more. I just told you I want my mom and you don't want me to have my mom. I felt like I didn't need to be there, like with everything that was being said, because there was more that was being said, but I can't say. It was just like super like, ugh. And so she was like, I told you. And she's like, you never put me first. You've always put the kids first. You've always put Mrs. Peach first. You always put Baltimore first. You even put Alexis first. She's like, I told you I didn't want Ray in the house, and what did you do? He's still there. And then he's like, ay, mija, no, like he was supposed to go también, but he didn't want to. Like, I can't force a grown man. She's like, yes you can. And so I feel like she was valid. I feel like she was really valid in feeling how she was, because it was just like, yeah, like, why didn't you put on your big chonies and be like, get the fuck out, dude? Like, my daughter feels uncomfortable. Like, Alexis. But my daughter, she feels uncomfortable. And she kept voicing it, and she kept saying it, and he wasn't taking her serious. And so like now he's like freaking out, and I'm just like, what does he got on Mr. Peach? Because the way Mr. Peach is like, ay, mija, no, you need to tell them that it was a joke. She called it was a broma, whatever, that like it wasn't like a real thing, whatever. And she's like, what did you tell them? She's like, just watch. And he was like, ay, no, like, you think this is a game? It's not a game, like it's a real thing. And she's like, like, she's just like, nothing is phasing her, what she's saying. She's like, I know you did something because he's not answering my phone calls anymore. And then Baltimore's like, yes, because you're a minor, you're not supposed to be talking to him. What are you talking about? And she's like, no, I told you guys to leave him alone. Baltimore looks at Mr. Page and she's like, I'm just gonna tell her, like, we didn't call the cops, we just told him to stop messaging you or we will call the cops, blah blah blah. She's like, that's not true. And then Mr. Page is like, yes, it is true, like, te lo juro, like, it's true. And she was like, well, then this is your fault. And he's like, no, like, what is wrong with you? I'm just sitting there. I have Tommy in my hand literally like this. I'm like, and then every once in a while, Mr. Peach and I will make eye contact, and he's like, perdóname, mija, perdóname, like, forgive me. I hate when like they apologize like that. Like, stop apologizing. I hate when men apologize like that. Like, stop it. And when I say men, I don't mean like all men. I mean like men like him that know what they do. They want to get all rah, 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 in your face, pointing you, degrading you, telling you this, like, no, I know it, not giving you the benefit of the doubt. But when they are proven wrong, then they're like, oh, my bad. It's like, no, where is that energy? Why did you go all the way to a 10? Why were you trying to get huffy and puffy with me? But you never get huffy and puffy with a man, but you're quick to get huffy and puffy with a girl, with a woman, with a lady, but never like that with a man. It literally pisses me off, and it's so gross to see, because it's like, okay, you just know, like, oh, you're a bitch, you're a coward, and it sucks. So when they do apologize like that, it's like, ew, That's disgusting. Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. Stop it. And he was like, just forgive me, please forgive me. And I'm just like, because that was weird. Like, you behaved really weird. Okay? Very weird. So Mr. Peach is still talking to Sam, and he is like, tell them, call them back and tell them that it was just a joke. She's like, nope, nope. Mm-mm. And then she's like, you still haven't said what I wanted you to say. And he was like, what do you want me to say? She's like, why do I have to tell you? You should already know. I know what she wants him to say. Do you guys know what she wants him to say? I know what she wants him to say. And it's like, he's not getting it. It's not registering. He's just like, huh? What? Like, he's not getting it. And it's like, I don't understand why. Where I'm just like, it's clear as day. It's clear as day. But he's still like, what? And I don't know. I can see how it could be hard, especially when people are like, family, 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 no matter what. Especially like older generations, they literally will sweep anything and everything under the rug and expect you just to forget it the next day. And me and Sam were kind of getting conditioned in the same way, where like how the big thing happened with me and her, and we kind of were just like sweeping it under the rug, and like another day would pass. You're kind of mad, but not that mad. Another day passed. Okay. And then another day passed. And if we had some giggles and ha in there, it was okay. And then another day passed. And that's how it literally happens. So she's like, you still are not saying it. He's like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not going to have a child tell me how to do things in my life. And she's like, okay. And like, just like whatever about it. Okay. All right. They're still going. If feels like forever. Baltimore is like, I know. Gets on the phone. She's talking to Sam's mom. No, like, I don't know what's going on with her. And she's like, why do you guys talk about me like if I'm crazy? And she's just like, mija, estás loca. And I'm just like, she's not crazy about the race situation. Like, she's not. And he's like, Alexis, por favor, no dices nada. Like, Alexis, please don't say anything, because then she's gonna think she's right. And she's like, I'm right here. And it was just so hard, because it's just like, she was valid in some things, but other things she was wrong, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. And he was like, you can't agree with her on this, because then she's gonna think she's right for all the other things. And we were all just having like conversations. Baltimore's on the phone with Sam's mom. She's just like trying to calm her down, and she's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then finally the doorbell starts getting rung like crazy, and I was like, oh, that's my cue, y'all. So I get up, and Mr. Peach is like, la verdad, what, you're gonna leave? Like, you're gonna leave? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I told you like that I'm sorry. Like he was like confused, and I was like, no me voy. Like, I'm leaving. Like, that's fine. Like I'm leaving. And we're still talking, and as me and him are talking, the doorbell's going ding, 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 ding. And he was like looking at me, and I was just like, and I felt kind of bad, because I was like, oh, you thought I was bluffing? No, I'm good. Because the way he was talking to me was freaking wild. Like, why do you have your finger in my face? Why are you charging at me? And why right away you assumed it was me? And not gonna lie, I know, as messed up as it sounds, I'm trying to see the X. Like, I know, okay? And he's like, what? Like, I'll talk to your aunt. And I was like, I don't think my aunt wants to talk to you, especially how you were talking to me. And then he was like, no, like, it's just a misunderstanding. I'll pay for her gas. I'll pay for a new phone. And I'm like, ooh, he's really scared what might happen to Ray. And so I was like, no, I'm fine. So I'm trying to go to the door, and he's like, Alexis, mija, like, la verdad, like, no te vas. And I was like, yes, I'm going. And so I was like, I'm coming, Tommy, like really loud, because I'm like, okay, like, are you gonna go crazy? You're not gonna let me go? And so then I'm walking towards the door, open it, and Tommy is like pissed, y'all, like red. She looks mean, and she's like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then she looks at Mr. Peach, she's like, we need to talk. Like, and he's like, yeah, like, I agree, like, yeah, we need to talk. Like, everyone's just so hot right now, and there's just so much confusion. She's like, there's no confusion over here. And he's like, no, there is, like, relax. I told Alexis I'll pay for the gas. And she's like, no, you're not by me. Like, she was so mad, and he was just like, relax, like, everybody. Baltimore was on the phone talking to I'm so sorry. It's because everything was just like, and just seeing, okay, anyways, so Baltimore was on the phone with her mom, right? And so she's like walking, and she sees Tommy, and like Tommy like looks at her too, and she's like, and looks at me, and I'm like, what? Because I'm like, everyone, like, how they get crazy with me, where it's just like, yeah, y'all might think like I don't have family, and like, is Tommy messed up here and there sometimes? Yeah, but that's my fam, okay? Don't don't make her mad. Like I was, you know, and they were just like looking at her. I'm telling you, she was like mean. Like she was just like, eyebrows were like, like she was just like, what is going on? And Tommy didn't roll up by herself, so it was even kind of more scary. So then he was like, no, like we just need to like relax, we need to talk. Sam is like, did Alexis tell you what happened with the man that lives in our house that makes her uncomfortable? And Tommy was like, you say? Sam was like, did Alexis tell you? Just repeats it the same way. And then she's like, Alexis, get outside right now. And I was like, okay. So I go outside, and as I'm walking down the steps, like I don't know if Tommy tried to kick me or like she just kicked in the air, but like I felt a little hit in my butt where I was like, why are you mad at me? Like what did I do? I didn't tell her what happened. So she like kind of like goes like that towards me, and I was like looking back at her, she's like, don't look at me crazy. And I was like, okay. So then I go down to the car, and who do I see? Charlie. So I was like, she's mad. So as I'm walking down the car, my phone, it starts to ring, and it's a private number. So then I answer it. I'm like, hello, hola, ¿está Alexis? Yes, who's this? Soy yo, Maria. And I'm gonna end it there. Okay, I love you guys so much. Besos a todos, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. I love you guys so much, and sending you guys good vibes. Love you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's makeup look. I really love the purple. I feel like it really looks beautiful. The next color I think I will use is blue. I just love the way it just blended so beautifully. I really loved it. And I hope you guys enjoy story times. If you guys do, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Oh, that reminds me, you guys, side note, okay? So I don't even want to tell you where she's at, okay? Just know if anything were to happen, I have diaries everywhere, okay? Everywhere. And my family knows this certain individual scares me, y'all. I think she's a walking demon. And I know I sound crazy. Okay? She terrifies me. Like, literally makes me get chicken skin, where I'm like, there's something wrong with her. Either I'm gonna see her on the news for doing something, she's gonna hurt, like, y'all, she scares me like so bad. I was with my brother because he was like, oh, like let's go shopping, and I'm like, I don't want to go shopping, and I should have just listened to my gut. Because I'm like, I don't want to go. My voice is going, she scares me. Anyways, so he was like, come on. Eventually he talks me into it, right? We're going, and I'm like, oh, good call, bro. Good call, because I got this, I got that. If I have a little haul, if you guys want to see it, I would love to show you guys, okay? Like, I was so excited because I've been looking for these things. So me and her are talking, we're walking, and boom, I see her, and I'm like, ay Dios mío. Like, she scares me, y'all. Like, I'm not even joking, where like I pray when our energies like pass each other. She scares me. Like, I'm not even joking, y'all. And I told my brother, I was like, she scares me. I was like, she literally has something on her, like she is evil. And my brother's like, what? I'm like, I swear. I'm like, touch my hands, because my hands were sweating, y'all, okay, like really bad. And he like looked at me, he was like, let's go spin the block and go see her again, like let me see her face, because I was like, if anything ever happens to me, check her out. And every time we look at each other, guys, she goes like this. It scares me. She has this presence around her that my stepdad had around him, okay? That Ray had around him. That Voldemort had around her. I don't know how to explain it, but it is very demonic, and I know I sound crazy. I was telling my brother, I was like, I know I sound crazy. You probably think like, what the heck? Like, he was like looking at me. I was like, I know I sound crazy, but like I'm so serious. So anyways, we go around, and he's like, oh, like what? Like he could, you know, feel something. Anytime that like we pass each other or anything, I will go the other way. I will sometimes even leave. I know that sounds so bad, but I'm telling you guys, like, she scares me. Like, she really scares me. And I don't know why. I'm just like, tiene algo. Like, it's just like, ugh. And I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, okay? And I gave her the benefit of the doubt until one time, okay? Again, story time. Me and my sister-in-law were together, and me and my sister-in-law were having a conversation. She was the one checking me and my sister-in-law. Me and her were talking, me and my sister-in-law, and we were like, oh, that's so sad that like this certain animal had passed. Okay, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like that's so sad. Like it's been around for such a long time. And the girl goes, where it catches me, my sister-in-law, like, and so I look at her and she's like, I'm laughing about what you just said. And I'm like, but how, that part wasn't funny. And she's looking at, was to me. It was so like weird and sinister where I was just like, okay. And my sister-in-law was like, all right, I don't even know if I want anything anymore. Like, it was literally like such a weird feeling. So ever since then, I was like, that's weird. That's weird. Some will call it dark humor, but I just feel like I get dark humor, okay? Some things can be funny. But the things that she has laughed about, because I'm at this place often, I don't think it's funny. Like, first, it was about the animal dying, okay? There was a time where there was a kid that was in front of us. He was running, and then his other sibling, like, tripped him, and he fell, and he hit his chin. Everyone that was in line was like, oh, look over at her, and she's like, and just laughing. The little boy's crying. I don't go to her, because I'm like, I'll let people go in front of me, because I'm like, you go catch that ojo, I'm not catching that ojo. So I'm next to the person that she's next to. It's me and it's my sister-in-law, and we're just like looking at her, and she's like literally like trying so hard to like hold in her laughter, and that little boy is bawling. Like, he had like split his lip or something, it was bleeding, and she's just like trying so hard to keep it in, and we're just like. And then she like tells her coworker, because her coworker's looking at her, and he was just like, you know, says her name, like, you're so mean. And she's like, I love hearing kids cry. Y'all, it just gave me like like it hurt my stomach. And me and my sister-in-law just looked at her, and like we were talking really loud, and I was like, that's disturbing, like that's so weird. And we just made eye contact, and she just keeps looking into me, like not looking at me, like looks into me, and I'm just like looking back at her, because I will not break eye contact. She doesn't say anything, and she goes, and I'm just like, oh, you've never been slapped before. Like, okay, you one of them kids that grew up to be a weird ass adult. Okay. And so like, this isn't the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time. I'm telling you guys, every interaction is weird, and she always does that. And I'm just like, why? Like, what is you doing? Like, why? It's just so weird. Like, really, it makes me feel, I don't know. And I'm not the only one. There has been other people who have talked about this certain individual, and they're just like, yeah, there's just, I don't know, like, she thinks it's funny, it's not funny. And it's just, I don't know if she's doing it to like rage bait, but I'm not enraged. I'm scared. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. I just thought I'd share with you guys. This is she scares me. Other times that she has seen me, she like literally does like this smile where I'm like, I don't know, it feels like it just feels heavy, feels wrong. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this in here, because like it just scares me, y'all. Like, I'm just like cucuy, like it freaking scares me. So anyways,